So, for my speech, it is on why we should raise the federal minimum wage. So, according to creditkarma.com, in 2023, 53% of Americans felt that their financial situation had significantly worsened, which is one of the main reasons why we should increase the federal minimum wage. We should increase the federal minimum wage because it would ultimately bolster the economy by leading to a decrease in inflation, making it easier to afford things. And with the insanely high housing prices, it would be easier to afford a home or apartment. And there would be an increase in unemployment for a short time. Now, these are the main people. Most people think that if you raise the minimum wage, it would mainly affect teenagers, which a lot would. But it also affects many average age of 36 years old, which is really, really high, especially for people who in the past that was above the age of owning a home. 28% have children, 6% are women, and 37% are 40 or older. So, first point is is decreased inflation over time. With an increase in wages comes an increase in production costs because companies need to increase prices to maintain a profit. And with the increase in the power to spend, because of the more money, comes an increase in demand as people have money to spend, leading to a decrease in inflation. So during COVID, you saw a rapid decrease because of the amount of because of the unemployment. But as soon as people were out of quarantine, they spent as much as they possibly could, raising the inflation. And now it's coming back down as of 2024 with a slight increase of 0.1. So, the second point is that housing prices are still increasing and incredibly expensive. So, and even though with the increased salary, they're still incredibly expensive. And those prices are most likely to continue to keep rising until they're in the same situation. But it would be, in the short term, it would be a lot easier to afford a home or even an apartment. So here are for different job titles, these are the hourly, weekly, and monthly and annual pay for all jobs, with $86 having the highest amount for weekly pay with $3,440, and with $13 only earning $520. Now, in a home in Virginia, which I used as my median, rough price is $350,000, and when you're going for a job at Jersey Mike's, you can't afford that at all, even with, and then with the $86, you definitely can afford it. But that also comes in terms with, you also have utilities, which the average cost of utilities is around $6,081, but for one person it's $3,693. So now you also have to take into consideration not only the price of a home, the price of all of your utilities as well. Then you also have in California, which is one of the most expensive states there is when it comes to owning homes. So with the highest price being $837,900, with a price per month at $5,536. In order to live a reasonable life, you would need to have a dental hygienist or a speech therapist. Then there's also Indiana, which is fairly lower prices compared to the other two states, with the lowest being $195,000 and $1,000 per month, which is significantly easier to afford. And then you also can look at houses for rent, with the lowest in Virginia being $1,600, and making it really easy with, you can afford that home, or you can afford to rent there every month with Jersey Mike's, but you still don't have enough utilities. And then same with California, $7,000, making it basically impossible to live in any place, and the average price as well. And the same for Indiana, relatively low prices, but still, it's really hard to live there. All right. Then my final point was that unemployment would increase for a short period of time. So if employers are forced to spend more money on employees, they will hire less people and potentially fire others to keep prices down. An increase in unemployment leads to more businesses closing because they have fewer employees to do the work. This unemployment would lead to a decrease in inflation as people would slowly spend less money, so demand and spending would decrease, leading to the decrease in inflation. Here, this for 2022 or 2020, you can see obviously the unemployment went up because of COVID, and then goes back down during when a lot of jobs were made. And then the graph I showed earlier, you can see the inflation down with this unemployment. So, in conclusion, we should increase the federal minimum wage because it would bolster the economy by leading to a decrease in inflation, an increase in unemployment for a short period of time that would eventually go right back down, and after increasing the minimum wage, it would be far easier to afford a home. While only for a brief period, that's still a significant amount of time for people to be able to have homes, which could lower homelessness as well. And then here are my references.